Hey, what's up? Today we're going to discuss some update news. More planetary information will be available soon. The community manager has confirmed that they are working on a new galactic war map message to provide more clarity. Arrowhead has also denied that the Illuminate will be arriving in June. We'll cover these topics and much more. If you find the video informative and enjoyable, please give it a like by clicking the thumbs up button located beneath the video. Let's kick things off by discussing the new planet information update. The community manager has confirmed that they are working on it and it might be available sometime soon. If we travel over to X, formerly known as Twitter, what we can see right here is a user who tagged Twinbeard and said this right here. At the Twinbeard, we need the planet info in game please as soon as possible. I'm willing to bet that 60% of the community didn't know about the bonus on Vernon Wells, or any of the planets, or any of those planets with bases or the supply lines having to go to a third-party website. Twinbeard replied with, "Yep, we're working on it." And so I'm sure some of you are probably tired of hearing that. Oh, hey, they're working on it. What does this mean? Sure, that could mean plenty of things. That could mean that they're working on it, but it's not going to be available till the next patch. Or it could be simple as, hey, they are working on it, but it's going to be available maybe this next patch. So there's a lot of speculation in the air, but hopefully we will see that at some point. Next up, this Discord member over at the Helldivers 2 official Discord had this to say in response to the whole galactic war map, dispatch, and all that. This member said, "You really need to tell the team to increase visual clarity about the importance of planets and how bonuses are tied to them. Also, some big message on the side screen of this planet is lost, bonuses will be lost. Casual players won't remember which planets were on the MO and thus need to be defended. It wasn't even on the dispatch message which ones were tied to the bonuses." Okay, the person that wrote this, it was a bit weird. But anyways, this is what Twinbeard had to say in response. "We're working on it. There will be more visual clarity in terms of supply lines, etc. going forward. It will be implemented possibly in several steps, with the first step coming in a not so distant future." Okay, so not so distant future. So I really don't know what to say about that. It's not going to be in this next update. It's not probably going to be in the next update. So potentially at some point you will see this. Also, short side note, if you're wondering why I'm not so enthusiastic right now, I just woke up, so maybe my voice is just kind of stuck like this, so I apologize for that. But anyways, what we're going to do now is check out the next question here, but this one is over on the official Helldivers 2 Discord, and this one is towards the developer. This user says, "Any chance you could speak to the speculation that Sony has executive and creative control over the products that they distribute?" The developer Evil Boss responded, "Don't think I can say too much, but Arrowhead decides most things Helldivers, especially now when the game sold more than expected. And then there's more business stuff between Sony and Arrowhead. But in general, Sony has been an amazing publisher, and rather than clank down on things, they've added resources where needed. Sony wants Helldivers to be successful as much as Arrowhead." What are your thoughts about this? Do you think that Helldivers 2 will eventually find its way to its glorious path and, have all the players come back? Or do you think that this potentially is going to extend out for such a long time until Sony can figure things out? Now again, right here, they have said that the business between Sony and Arrowhead is still going on. But I've also read some comments in the previous video. Some of you have said that Steam can easily just turn this all back on once, PlayStation gives them the heads up. Now, let's say that that is the case, where Sony can easily give Steam the heads up and turn it back on. But what if Sony is trying to figure out something completely different? Maybe there's a possibility that they're thinking about a way to create something that's similar like PSN Link, or possibly, hey, maybe PlayStation is trying to create their own anti-cheat for PC. But with that being said, I do want to let you guys know that that's pure speculation. I don't know anything about it, but I would imagine that there's something behind the scenes that they're trying to figure out, but we just do not know anything about. We're now going to fly back over to X, formerly known as Twitter, and this user had posted an image of this robotic dog with a gun on it, and some of you might be wondering, how come we do not have something like this? And if you guys have missed out on my previous video, Pilistad, the former CEO, has confirmed that they are looking into some new stratagems and wanted some ideas. And you can see that this user right here said, "At the Twinbeard, at Pilistad, we need this immediately." Then Twinbeer responded with Guarddog 2.0 question mark smiley face. Now this right here could mean two things. That could be a playful comment, or that could mean that, hey, we're looking into something like that and it might be possible. What do you all think about this stratagem? If it was possible, would you use it? Or would you like something completely different? And on that note, what would you like to see? Talk to me about different stratagems that you would like to see in Helldivers 2. I'm interested. We have another question here. This one was about, 3 to 4 days ago? This user says, I believe you. Only proof I want or need is to see some of those suggestions make it into game. Continuous run, sample exchange, and some cryo weapons would be awesome. Any on the list you can confirm that were you guys faves that are being worked on? Twinbeer, the community manager, responded with, I don't want to overstep my boundaries, but I can say we're looking into at least one of those. This right here is going to be an exciting feature to see in the game, and I cannot wait to exchange some things, and yeah, it's going to be exciting. What do you guys think about this? Let me know down below in the comment section. Alrighty, what we have next is going to be a question about the Illuminate. I guess someone out here was spreading some rumors. I'm not entirely sure what's going on here, but this user says, hey, I just approval from high command to speak, and a teammate I had in a mission said the Illuminate is coming in June. Does anybody know if this is true or not? Alright, of course, if it's coming from your teammate, it has to be true, right? Right? I don't know about that, but let's go ahead and take a look at this right here, because Twinbeer responded with, nah, there's always stuff floating around from people who want attention or who have heard something from someone who heard something. Furthermore, no matter if we're talking brainstorming, scrapped, or actual content that might or might not be coming, there are rarely dates to anything floating around. Now, what's intriguing about this is that Spitz has confirmed in the past that Arrowhead does not like to waste assets at all. So, right here, this post can be found on 04/25th, 2024, and Spitz said, it's true that some things in the story are going to happen regardless of player impact, like the TCS missions. Those missions were obviously designed in advance, and we're not just going to waste an asset like that, so we'll make sure it happens. However, most of the filler major orders like the 2 billion bug kills or any of those ones to capture defense-specific planets are obviously able to be won or lost based on the players. And while the GM may make them easier or harder depending on how the players are doing, they've never given away a win or set up a major order that was meant to be impossible. So as you can tell, they do not want to waste assets. I mean, it makes sense, right? That's company's time, that's money, and it makes sense, at least to me anyways. But when it comes down to the major orders, that also makes sense. We recently went through the 3 billion kills with the automatons, and that did not end well, so that one was definitely not easy and was definitely not given to us. Also, if you do not know who Spitz is, he was a former community manager and has been demoted due to some controversial posts and a bunch of other things, so yeah. And last but not least, we do have a post here by Pilistad, the former CEO, and he does talk a bit about what he meant by saying that he would like to be like Blizzard or From Software. This post right here can be found over on X, formerly known as Twitter, and this is what Pilistad said. I want to clarify my perspective on Arrowhead GS goals. I meant the Blizzard I knew growing up, the Blackthorn, Warcraft, Starcraft, Diablo 1, and 2 days. So yeah, this right here does make sense. I would imagine that he does not want to be like the Blizzard after that year because yeah, things were a bit rough with the SH harassments and all that. So anyways, this is your news. Hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Let's go ahead and talk about the top 3 comments from the previous video. If you guys would like to be featured in the next video, make sure to comment down below in the comment section. Let's begin with comment number 1 by Hans, and he says, the industry standard is to push it out quick and fix it later. I'm happy they're changing that. Have some patience, people. The industry sucks and gamers aren't blameless. The second comment here is by Emo Joe the JoJo, and this person says, I think the Emancipator will be unlocked because even the lower player count, we are mostly on the required planet. Also, there probably isn't 100 developers as that's Arrowhead as a whole. And last but not least, we have the third comment here by Ksnips Adventures. This person says, to everyone still skeptical about Shams. In his time at Paradox, very little paid content was made for their games. The money hunger that Paradox is known for started after Shams left and they hired someone else. Besides, he's Johan's trusted friend and could still be un-CEO'd if he were to make a bad decision about the game or the company itself. There's your top 3 comments from the previous video. If you guys would like to be featured, remember to comment down below. Thank you guys so much for the support and everything that you guys do. It truly means a lot to me, and hope you all have a great day out there, and I'll see you guys in the next one.